Welcome back. I have Melita Special here, who's with the Republican Club of Laguna Woods, and then we also have Pat Steinberg, who's with the Act for America of Laguna Woods, and they have a very special event that's coming up. And welcome to both of you. It's nice to have you on.
Thank you so much.
And she's all, you know, in her very lovely red, white, and blue.
This was left over from July the 4th.
Oh, so well, you are very well prepared. I did obviously not come prepared. I wore pink today, but nonetheless. Nice to have you both on. What I'd like to start out with is having you both just give me a background a little bit about the clubs that you represent. So Pat, why don't we start with you about, it's called Act for America.
Act for America Laguna Woods
okay.
was started over 3 years ago because we decided that this particular community, Laguna Woods, needed a representative for ACT.
Okay.
We were going to the Mission Viejo meetings all the time, which were in the evening, and many people couldn't make those meetings in the evening. So we started our little group, got it to be a grown-up group, and we started having some very interesting presentations, some very interesting speakers. We just had speakers from the Friends of the Israeli Defense Forces speaking.
Noni Darwish.
And Noni Darwish who spoke. We also have Lieutenant Colonel Roy White coming to speak about truth in textbooks, what's going on in the textbooks in our country that are coming out of Macmillan.
Right.
So therefore we are trying very hard to educate. That's our whole premise. We're not, you know, we're not.
They're nonpartisan.
We're nonpartisan.
Right.
We're not trying to be anti-anything. We're trying to educate.
Great.
And that's the whole
and
premise.
promote the country.
That's it.
Right.
And they work very closely with Act for America Mission Viejo, which is also sponsoring this event.
Right.
And Act for America National.
Exactly.
And they have over, what is it, 1,000 chapters and 1 million members in the country.
Wow, that's great. That's great. And then you've got that event. So you're with the Republican Club of Laguna Woods. Tell me a little bit about that.
The Republican Club of Laguna Woods has, about, I guess, 250 members right now.
Okay.
I will probably be corrected by my membership committee. But we have wonderful meetings, and we have speakers that come in the same way to educate, to inspire. We just had the election integrity chairman come in to help, and we also have the Young Republicans, which was wonderful. We just had the president of California's College Young Republicans come and speak. Quite dynamic for the new generation.
Yes.
And they try to do things in the community and help also with certain kinds of legislation.
Sure.
And inspiring people, motivating them to support the causes and the candidates that they really believe in. But the Constitution, they talk a lot. We're going to have a Constitution class taught by a wonderful professor this summer.
Oh, good. Now, where do you have that?
I don't know exactly which clubhouse.
It's going to be right in back of Clubhouse 1.
Clubhouse 1.
Oh, okay, good. So it's
Steve
here.
Steve Jackson.
Oh, that's great. Oh, good.
So we learn a lot.
Yeah. I bet. So now you both, the Republican Club of Laguna Woods, the Act for America of Laguna Woods, and the Act for America of Mission Viejo have all come together because you're promoting a event that's coming up. Let's first talk about who you're promoting and why.
Okay.
So we've got a book here, and her name, her name is Brigitte Gabrielle.
Brigitte Gabrielle. I've had to work on that for a while.
Okay, and tell me about her book.
This is her new book. She has 3 New York Times best-selling books.
Okay.
And this one just came out, and she's doing a national book signing tour.
Okay.
It's also, she wants to go to all the chapters of Act for America and get to see the people in them. And this book is basically gives information and education on how to take action.
Okay.
If it's just one person. The one thing about Act for America that she says is it's not just sit there and hope that things change, it's act for America. To support the Constitution, to support your family, your community, your personal freedoms, to defend the things that are important to you. And this book is Rise, as she says. It's basically I think her tagline is, it's a bold wake-up call to America. Will you sit back and watch the greatest country the world has ever known fade away, or will you
rise?
rise?
Yeah.
And it's rise in defense of Judeo-Christian values and freedom.
Right.
So they basically really defend the freedom and Western values of the country.
And empowering women.
Oh, very much
Right.
empowering
Very,
women.
very much. to
And
empower.
the military, they work with the military and the law enforcement to support them.
Okay.
And a lot of legislative work
Sure.
that is done. They have passed over 100 state and federal, helped pass over, things that were really meaningful to the people. In fact, they only have one lobbyist, and many other people have 300 lobbyists.
Right.
But oftentimes, because of all of our members calling, faxing, emailing him, they have the offices of some of the senators or other people calling and saying, okay, everything's full now, but you could tell your people to call them off.
Right,
We get the point.
Yeah, we get the point. So, when you were talking earlier, you're mentioning, if you're just one individual and you want to make a difference, what are some of the things that she mentions? Like, what are some things that an individual can do to make a change?
An individual, that would be more, I think.
Well, an
she knows
individual
more
can
about
make a
that.
change, first by coming to these meetings.
Okay.
Secondly, by trying to get involved in doing something, either writing legislation, calling up, one phone call to a legislator amounts to 5,000 people calling.
Really?
Yes. And so if you call a legislator, they know that you have people backing you.
I see.
And if you call and say, I represent Act for America, we are working on empowering women, we are working on the Constitution, we would like to see this or that done, we are backing whatever
it is, it doesn't have to be legislation. It could be something.
Securing
the border.
Right.
It's very,
big.
Right.
but they have you can go to their national website and you can sign up, and they have a thing called alerts. And they don't send them out very often, but if there's something important, they're like, there's going to be a vote tomorrow.
I gotcha.
Send this and that kind of thing. But you can take action in your community.
Good, good. Let's talk about the event itself and when it is.
Yes,
So
thank you.
the event is what day?
It's
July.
Thursday, July 18th.
Okay.
And it's going to be from 7 to about 9:30 p.m.
Okay,
It's
all right.
at the Performing Arts Center.
Got it, and that's Clubhouse 3. Now, importantly, you would like somebody to RSVP, so they can pre-register by July 14th, and they can do that at actforamerica.org/Orange County.
Yes.
Or they could call Kathy, how do you pronounce it? Bausch?
Bausch.
And that's 562-761-6099. Now, will the entire couple hours be primarily just Brigitte talk? She's not actually physically going to be there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she is.
Oh,
Okay,
she
good.
is very
I wasn't
physically.
sure if she was physically going to be there.
She's about 5'4" of firecracker. And
I
she's
bet.
going
I
to-
watched while I was watching the video.
she's-
She is definitely
She's one
a
of
powerhouse.
the most amazing speakers in
That's
the world,
great.
and she has a story that
Well, yeah.
That
is,
resonates.
and
Sure.
she feels it deeply.
Right.
And so yes, she's
Well,
going
she's
to be
traveling the world right now,
She
right?
is actually the country.
The country,
She's
okay.
traveling. I think she's in San Antonio right now.
Okay.
But she's looking forward to Laguna Woods.
Okay.
And
Excuse me,
yeah,
I'd like
sure.
to encourage people to come early so we can screen them, because there's going to be a lot of security.
and it
yeah.
also it only holds 816 people, I'm told, and she sells out everywhere she goes.
Oh, so that's a good point. So pre-register as early as you can.
Very, very important.
Definitely.
And we really hope that everyone will come, because she is the most amazing speaker with one of the strongest stories that will change your life.
That's great. That's great. Well, thank you both for being on. I appreciate it.
you.
Good luck to you.
you.
I really, encourage you guys to continue your work. It looks great.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
We really appreciate your having us on.
All right. And remember, if you want more information, you can always go to actforamerica.org/Orange County, and make sure you pre-register July 14th and click on the RSVP. We'll be right back.